Hey everyone, it's Amie, and I wanted to show you guys another layout. And at the end of the video, there will be a short little process. I was starting to make some of the embellishments, and I was starting to put this layout together. And I was texting with Carol, so I recorded with my cell phone. So we're just sitting there laughing, whatever. And then I realized, I'm like, you know what? I'll just prepare everything, and then I'll assemble it, and just to show you guys the process of me assembling it. Now for this one, I did use this Polka Mon Amie Lawn Fawn paper pad. This is the 12x12 that I got from Artitech Supplies, and I'll leave the store link in the description, you guys. The funny thing is, the first time I ever opened this package is the first time I got to use it. The funny thing is, I don't know if you guys know, I don't like yellow. I don't care to decorate with yellow. I don't care to craft with yellow. If I'm going to do a project that needs yellow, I basically have to go out and buy it. The funny thing is that I have like probably 3 sheets of yellow ply lying around here somewhere. That's only from like back in my Stampin' Up days. But I was looking through the papers and I wanted like a nice little yellow for the lemons, because this is featuring lemons. And this is I use this dye. It's from Echo Park, and this is just the lemon dye set. And it comes with the leaves, and it's just super cute, really small. And I used this polka dot paper to use for that one. So what I did with this one is I used pictures from, this is from a vacation. I don't know if you guys remember the video, in Carpinteria, California. I went with Nathan and his family for after Christmas a few years ago. And the funny thing is, this layout has been in my mind since, I'll tell you the date, it's on here, December 28th, 2013. Yeah. You guys, I have scrapbooks and they're empty. So I've been wanting to make this, and it just finally came to be. It finally came to pass that I got to make this layout. So if you see old pictures, I apologize, you know. But I asked Nathan's brother and sister-in-law permission. Look how adorable that baby is. This is his nephew, Jonah. And I printed these pictures here. I tried to print them and at like Walgreens and stuff like that. They just weren't happening. So I had to lighten them up even more, because these were out in the sun. These were outside. The only thing is that we were in a canopied area, so it was kind of a little shading and a little shade, but it just didn't look right. So I wanted them nice and light and airy, very beachy, because this was on a beach in Carpinteria, California, and we were having lunch after being on the beach, and Jonah, him and his little sister Alexa are just so freaking adorable, you guys. They're just adorable, adorable, adorable babies. His niece and nephew are just adorable. He decided to try a lemon. And you know, when kids try lemons, they make the most adorable faces. So these are 2 of the pictures that I have left over. I printed several, but I ended up using only 3 in my layout. So let me show you guys my layout. So yes, I used this one, but I printed on, I started with the white 12x12 cardstock, and then I went ahead and I schmooshed, I don't know what they call it. I've seen Jen, I've seen Sabrina do it. Oh yeah, it's Jen. And I've been dying to try that, and I wanted kind of that splashed water look for this background, because I want it to very light and airy. Ironically, I think the darkest color here is the yellow. So I went ahead, and you'll see in the video how I did it. I went ahead and I don't have the distress ink pads. Here's the reason being, I don't need more freaking pads in my room. I don't need more stuff in here. So I do like using the distress ink for coloring with watercolor, once I've learned to be somewhat as good as like Sabrina. But so what they do is, you'll see in the video, they take a piece of acetate or a little plastic bag or whatever, and anyway, and they blot the ink pads. But since I didn't have them, I just went ahead and I just used the marker, and I just put a bunch of ink on the acetate. And actually, this one was a cellophane bag. Spray some water, blot it up, and then you blot it on here. You'll see in the video, I also used a little bit of, I used Mermaid Lagoon, Broken China, Salty Ocean, Peacock Feathers, and my favorite, I think out of all of them, was the Cracked Pistachio. And then at the end, I also sprayed a little bit of this Heidi Swap Color Shine, and this one is the teal. And then I also just did a couple of little splotches of color from the Color Shine. And once again, like I said, that I'm totally inspired by oh yeah, it's Jen and Sabrina to do that. I've been wanting to do that. So let me give you guys a close-up look. You see here all of the ink colors and the layers, and it warped, so I just went ahead and backed it on craft cardstock. So okay, so this is the beginning picture. If you look at these cute little lemons. This is the beginning picture. Look how adorable. He's just so adorable. He's about to try the lemon, and I'm sitting next to him at the picnic table, and I'm just waiting. I am like laughing inside and giggling, just waiting to see what happens. And I used the polka dot paper to make the some of the lemons, and I went ahead and I offset. By the way, thank you, Carol, for listening to me and my craziness, because I am not the best at layouts. It's my weakness, I will admit it. So I was asking a few questions, like, you know, because I initially wanted to use, let me show you, what is it? I initially wanted to use, for the lemons, I wanted to use this adorable heart paper. But when I put the leaves at the top of the lemons, it looked like a pineapple. So that kind of defeated the purpose, so I didn't do that. So, but anyway, so I layered it and I offset it on with the same. All of this paper is from this Mon Amie, my Polka Mon Amie, except for the white, and that's it. Except for the white cardstock that I did that right there, and I used my Cameo. Yay! I'm so proud of myself. So anyway, this is the one I used for the lemons, and then I used this striped one for the leaves. So okay. And this font, I used my my Silhouette to cut it. I set up the font, and it's called Marker Felt, because I liked it was kind of playful but not too childish. And look, see, here's a little leaf. I went ahead. This is the only lemon that I actually outlined in white. I did a little background, a shadow, and that was I actually did it by hand because I felt that I put the lemon on top of the O, but I just felt like this would actually make it go more, but it is dimensional on top of the actual O. So anyhow, so here's the first picture, and then here is initially when he takes gets a taste of the lemon. It was just so adorable. And then this one is just him like still like reeling from it. But I mean, how adorable is that? And this was, the title has been in my head. It's Lemon Smile from the beginning. I just never had a chance to do it. But to bring out the color of the leaves, I also used that same paper to offset the layers. And then I used sorry, that's dust. And then I used the lighter cream polka dot right here to scratch paper there to layer it as well, because I felt that the green was getting lost in with the blue and stuff like that. So I went ahead and did that. But here's another lemon, and I went ahead and curled the leaves a little bit just to kind of give it some dimension so you could see it. There we go. And this is the striped paper right here that I used for that. So like I said, I just wanted to use this and use this paper because I've never used it before. Like I never even opened it. Isn't that crazy? So this is so on my Cameo, trust me, I am nowhere near an expert. What I did is I just put in the letters, then I did the offset so you can do the shadowing. And the shadowing with this one, initially I did it and it was too big and it was already connected, so I had to redo it, and I just made it thinner because I like how it's thin. It doesn't overtake the letters. But I really love this font. Here's another one of the lemons, and look, all of the splashing and all the coloring. I really liked, like I said, I just wanted it to be light and airy, just like that day, just soft and bright and beachy. And I have other pictures that I will be doing layouts for it. So here is where I did my my journaling, and it says, "This was an amazing day with Nathan and his family in Carpinteria, California. Joan decided you will now see me try a lemon. I love his adorable lemon smile." And it's December 28, 2013. I used this stamp. I don't know if this is from American Crafts or from Hobby Lobby. I just remember I bought it at Hobby Lobby. But yeah, it's very simple, light, and I'm probably gonna get comments about how my pictures are never just straight and direct. That's not what the day was like. It was just fun, and the title is straight and perfect, but this is just fun and goofy and silly. And here's another one of, I accidentally got some spray on this one. But see, I did the letters, and I also layered the journaling, and I used foam. You'll see in the video afterwards. So yeah. So you guys, that is another one of my layouts. I am proud of it. I'm getting more comfortable with accepting that I'm not good at them, and I'm trying to make it better. And I have a few. I actually have two on the other desk that I'm working on right now, and one of them I'm using a sketch. So, but I'm really using my Cameo. I'm absolutely loving it, you guys. I can honestly say if it were not for the, like with the only competition with the Cricut for me now is the fact that it has the licensed Disney cartridges. But other than that, I love it even more than my Cricut. I know I'm probably gonna get hate mail now, but I'm being honest, you guys. Like seriously, I absolutely love it. I used it to make stuff for the other layout. Look, I'll give you a sneak peek. I did a print and cut for the my next layout, which is actually a layout of him and his sister. But look at that, how adorable that is. So yes, so I did my first print and cut, and I'm just loving it. I was scared, I was so scared of it, but it is so easy, and so many YouTube tutorials to show me how to do it because I have no idea. So yeah, so you guys, that is my layout. I am so loving it. So yeah, I just really wanted to show you, but look how cute. And yes, I asked his parents if I can use the pictures before, so I can show them, because I feel that would just be just blank space. You wouldn't get the whole feeling of it. So yeah, so I was thinking of adding some more lemons, but you know, I said, you know what, just stop. If anything, later on. I was thinking of adding like a lemon tag or something. I don't know, I'm crazy. So, or put a lemon on the back and then put, you know, made by me. So anyway, so yes, you guys, thank you for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye everyone. Oh, and if you want to see the process video, well, somewhat of the process video, just stay tuned and I'll go ahead and have it playing here, okay? Thank you guys. Bye everyone. Hello again. Okay, so here we have, here's where I started to do that smooshing or smashing or whatever the technique is called that I've seen Sabrina and, oh yeah, it's Jen doing. I love it. Basically, you just take the distressing pads and you smash them on like a piece of acetate or a plastic bag, and this is one of these acetate bags, and then spray some water on it and spread that ink around the paper. Now the only thing is I don't have the distress ink pads because I just don't need more pads. I use the distress ink markers which are very juicy and everything, so they have quite a bit of ink, and I did that and I sprayed it. I wanted to give this bit of splashing water, maybe ocean feel, because I wanted this to be a very light and airy layout. So I just spread it around, and I used all of the blues. I totally forgot right now what the actual name of the colors are, but I used all of the blues. I have the full set of the distress markers because they take up way less space than the distressing pads. So I dried, I sped up the drying process by using my heat tool. Now you see I flipped it over. Of course, when you add water to cardstock and ink, it does tend to warp, so I dried it completely, and then what I decided to do was to back it on a craft 12 by 12 cardstock, because I have tons of this. I went and bought some. I don't know if you guys saw that people were going crazy on Facebook a bit ago. They had these at the 99-cents only stores, which is the Recollections craft cardstock, which I love. I've been hoarding one pack for like ever, and when I saw that, I went and got 20 packs. Yeah, I'm excessive, whatever. So anyway, which helped flatten it out. So then I used my bone folder to flatten it completely, so it was nice and flat and gorgeous. So here I am, just basically laying out the plans on where I want the location of the pictures and everything. So I'm just trying to figure out where everything I'm going to put everything, and how I'm going to layer, how I'm going to mat the pictures. I had already cut out the green striped paper in this mint striped paper in, because the pictures are a 4x4. They're each 4x4 inches. The green striped paper is cardstock is 4 1/4, and then the cream one that I will be layering at the bottom of the pictures is 4 1/2. So I ended up choosing those 3 pictures that I wanted to use because I have like about 7 of them that I printed, and I printed them at home, which I won't do again because it uses so much ink. But you know, you live and learn. I'm trying to figure out what place is best for me to print, whether to print online, to order them, or to just print the, with the 1 hour like at one of the stores and then just pick them up. But with this heat in Las Vegas, not that fun. So anywho, I didn't show this letter. These I didn't show because I already had most of the accessories done, my embellishments. The I cut out the title with my Silhouette Cameo, and these are the lemons that I use the dye for. And of course, you guys know I use the fun foam that you get at any craft store to back my my pictures and my embellishments. Reason being, I do use pop dots. The only thing is, when this is going to have pressure on it, like in the mini album, I mean in the scrapbooks and stuff like that, I want it to be able to withstand the test of time and being smashed and everything. So the foam gives it a level dimension which won't warp or start faltering down in the middle. So here I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to place all of these lemons, and I used the yellow with polka dot paper because it reminded me of those little dimples that actual lemons have. Like I said, I was going to use the one with little hearts, but it made it look like a pineapple. So yes, just that little change of a shape made it look like a pineapple with the little green leaves at the top. So what I am using is, if you can see the little bottle of the white little bottle with my adhesive, that is one of those position bottles. Somebody did ask me. I did get that at Hobby Lobby. Now, you will find it, though, in the model car section. Because of all the little pieces, you will find it in the model car section. And here I am just gluing the leaves and adding some dimension to them, so I can, glue them down and everything. But you will find that in the model car section. So here I am doing the background. I was just gonna put the lemon over the O, but unfortunately I felt like it just didn't show well enough, so I wanted to add a little white border just like on the title. So I went ahead and just glued it to a piece of white cardstock, added some foam to the back, and then glued that to the top of the O to give it even more dimension. But that way I felt that it fit in way more instead of just looking like some yellow thing on top of the lemon. But like I said, the font is called Marker Felt from the Silhouette Cameo, and I just absolutely love it. Then I did the offset feature to give the offset feature on all of my die cuts, or I use the 0.066 setting. And here, as you can see, I added, after I placed all of my embellishments and everything and the pictures, I felt that it was too white and I wanted to add some more color, some more blue. And here is where I actually also added, I sprayed some of that Heidi Swapp teal spray to it to add a little bit of shine, a little bit of sparkle, but I felt that it needed a little bit of blue. And then I went ahead and added some more cracked pistachio. That is the one color I do remember from the distress colors because I just like that minty green color that it has. So I just dried it again, and since this time I had it already backed up on the craft cardstock, it did not warp. So, and I used quite a bit of tape with my ATG gun, so it didn't warp, and it was just a matter of drying it, and I just, so I can add the embellishments and everything now. And I was just, figuring out how to offset, how I was going to offset the pictures, and if I offset them, I don't want them all to be offset the same way. I'll go the opposite way. So anyhow, so on the back of this one, I wanted some of the pictures to be dimensional, but once I was adding this one, because the lemon part already had dimension, I went ahead and cut the foam from a square to a triangle for the top picture. That way only the top part had dimension, and the bottom part of the picture would go underneath the lemon part. So, as you can see right here, and the foam, when I'm placing everything on the paper, I do like to use hot glue for the foam, because foam has a bit of a coating, which if you just use regular like runner tape, sometimes it just doesn't work, or it comes off. So if you do use a liquid glue, that works best as well, because it'll dry on the foam. So here I am just layering the photos, and I use for everything, the only runner glue I do use now is my permanent ATG glue, because I find that others I don't really care for that much, and I always use Quick Dry, Scotch Quick Dry as my liquid glue. Now I have tried the 4-in-1s and all of those other ones, and that Eileen's tacky glue, I just find it too tacky and too icky, and I don't like to sit there and squeeze a bottle of it for half an hour to get 3 drops, because it's just I don't know, I just don't care for it. But the quick Scotch Quick Dry and ATG, the permanent adhesive, is the best for me, for my projects, because I just like the way it works. And let's see here, and the ATG gun, if I use the small little runners, it like, I change the refill like so many times with my ATG gun. It just actually it lasts for quite some time. So here I am, just added the lemons, trying to add everything so I can figure everything out. Now, I did already put the dimensional foam, the fun foam, on the back of the title, but what I do with that is the foam, I just cut it in 1/4-inch strips, because it comes in like 12 by 18-inch pages, so I just always have those on hand. And I buy them. I hate it when they're on sale and everybody buys them out, and then like I don't have any, so I buy them, and I buy different colors. I buy black and I buy white, because that way, if the layout or the project has more dark colors, it doesn't have to show the white foam underneath. Here I am, just trying to figure out if maybe it was best for me to put the white border on all of the lemons, as to try it to the bottom right here. I ended up not doing it because I just like the way just the white border lemon on the title stood out more, and the other ones are just laying around. So I was just testing it out, seeing how it would look. And here I am testing also. This is a clay tool, Sculpey clay tool, and some foam and some not foam, mouse pad that I'm using to round off the edges like I do some of my items, some of my embellishments and other projects, to see how they stand up. And then when you do this, just put a small round piece of foam in the center so it gives a dimension. But I tried that and I felt that it was too much. I wanted it to be more simple than that. So anyhow, the dimension on the letters, I do a 1/4-inch strips, and then I just cut them to the length, like let's say if the L, I didn't show this and I'm really sorry about that. I cut the length of the L, and I just do straight lines. I have done curly things in the past, like on the E or on the O, but if you do just straight lines, it withholds quite a bit. But the foam is so forgiving that I've actually done it on the entire E, like following the whole letter and following the O, and it works because I use hot glue, so it's a quick dry. So you can see it right there on the O. I do that. I've done that on the whole thing. So, and since it's cut down to a 1/4-inch, it actually works very well. So here on this S for smile, as you can see, I was hitting it with my heat tool. It was because I wanted the S to be above, on top of the picture that the last picture. I'm going to give it more dimension. So I wanted the S to go over that, but not to look wonky or lopsided. I wanted to have more an even height. So I actually, with my heat tool, when you apply your heat tool to hot glue and stuff, it will heat it up, and you can then pull off the dimension or whatever the item is cleanly and easier than if you were to rip it off and then make a mess. So here I am just placing the last picture, and see now the S goes perfectly over, and I put glue on everything. And as you can see, I even did the curved foam on the E there on smile. And the little lemon on the bottom right, I did move it to place it twice because I didn't like how low it was the first time, because I wanted to leave space for my journaling. Now, the cool thing for me that I did was, since I was running out of the green mint paper, the striped one, to get the right size for the bottom picture, I had to use the little borders part, which obviously wasn't going to show. That's why I put a lemon at the bottom corner, which afterwards you'll see me peel it up because I accidentally put it up under the square as opposed to on top. Now, and I was going to hide that little imperfection with my journaling, because I knew I was going to put my journaling at the bottom. I just had to figure out like what banner and everything I wanted to put down at the bottom for the journaling. But once again, here I'm just cutting up lemons in pieces to add behind some of the items. I didn't want them all to be up front. I wanted to show more focus on the adorable little pictures of little Jonah there. So here I am just trying to, I'm just like, I will finagle with things back and forth, trying to figure out where we always want to add more embellishments, but sometimes we don't realize that we just clutter everything up. So sometimes I just go ahead and pull them back. Now here I wanted more dimension on the leaves, so I curled some of them I crunched them up just to give more dimension, because I felt that that stripe paper almost lost a little bit in, gets lost a little bit in all of the blue. So here I'm looking, and I was showing you that there also is a brown paper with stripes and polka dots as well, but that one I felt was too dark for it. So this is the stamp that I used to put on this little banner. And I use my, I love using these pens to write with on paper, and these are the Gel 2 or something like that pens. So I'm just writing on this a little piece of scratch paper, which I ended up using, which was left over from the backing, the bottom layer of the photo mats, and I just cut into a banner. I wrote this date stamp I got at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if it's American Crafts or Hobby Lobby or what it is. I just got it because it has the dates on it. And look, the bottom, this is how you can use your scraps, because the bottom, that banner that I made, I used, and you see I did this banner twice, because the first one I realized I messed up what I was writing and I got really mad. But I left it in there. I said, you know what, I make mistakes. So I did it again, but the cool thing is the second banner I ended up using the bottom part of the paper, which had that little title strip on the back. And you know, papers now, they'll have the title on one side, and on the other side it will be a pattern. And this pattern just looked really cool because it has one pattern. It has the polka dots and then the little stripe pattern at the bottom. And the stripe pattern was where I put the date. And this picture, yes, was a very old picture, but I've been wanting to scrapbook this for like ever. And then I just put that underneath the lemon, but I felt that I needed some dimension also on it. So here I am cutting strips, and they're about less than an inch. And these don't have to be perfect, you guys. These can be whatever, you know, scraps you have and everything. So I'm just placing it here to see what section needs foam, because I want it to be level and I don't want it to like fall down or flatten out. And here some of the picture frame was getting in the way, so I just cut it out. It's going to be covered with the banner anyway. And it's just bits and pieces, and you see the foam is like the foams that I have like different cuts into it. I could use it as stars, shapes, whatever. And you see these are the pieces that I put underneath. And you don't have to put one solid piece, but the fact that you put larger pieces, it gives it the strength to stay in the dimension that it needs. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Once again, see, I'm sitting there trying to put another stupid lemon on here. Here are some final pictures, you guys. I hope you guys like it. This is actually one of my favorite layouts so far, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but check out the Art Attack Supply Shop, you guys. She's having a huge sale on her papers. I'm loving the fact that I got this paper collection from her from the Lawn Fawn. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.